English Leap Podcast.
From Speak English with Class.
Okay, Jake, today's the day. No excuses. You will study English. You will focus. You will become a grammar ninja.
Okay, Grammar Ninja, hi.
Whoa, Anna, you scared me. How long were you standing there?
Yeah, I was here long enough to hear you give a full motivational speech to your desk.
But see, I was not talking to my desk. I was talking to myself in English. It is practice.
True, that is actually smart. You are like your own teacher and your own student at the same time.
Yeah, and it kind of works. When I talk to myself in English, I feel more awake, more ready to speak.
Maybe you do something like this too. You sit at your table, you tell yourself, yes, today I will really study English.
Right, and then 10 minutes later, you were just looking at the wall thinking, okay, but what exactly should I do now?
Yeah, your heart is serious, but your plan is soft and messy.
See, if that feels true for you, do not go anywhere.
Yeah, because today we will talk about how to study English alone and still improve rapidly. No magic, no crazy secret, just a simple system that you can really use in your real life.
Right, and we'll keep it slow and simple so you can copy it into your own routine.
So hey, English learners, welcome back to the English Leap podcast, your cozy place to learn easy English through real-life conversations. I'm Anna.
And I'm Jake, and we're really happy you pressed play today. Maybe you were walking somewhere, sitting on a bus, cooking, or lying in bed with your headphones on.
And this is a B1 level episode. So if you are around intermediate level, this is perfect for you.
Yeah, and if you feel more A2, you can still enjoy it. If some parts feel a little fast, it's okay. You can listen again later, and your brain will catch more the second time.
Right. And maybe your mind is saying right now, I really want to improve my English, but I'm alone. I have no partner, no class. I don't know what to do. I feel stuck.
Yeah, or maybe you think, I watch videos, I read things, but I don't see big change. Maybe I'm not doing it right. Maybe I'm just bad at languages.
If you have thoughts like that, please see this clearly. You are not strange. You are not lazy. You are just a human who cares, but doesn't have a clear system yet.
Yeah, true. That was me for a long time. My study style was, let us say, random and dramatic. One day I studied for 2 hours, then 3 days nothing, then one big guilty night with too much coffee.
And my style was pretty notebooks and chaos. I made nice titles, I chose colors, I watched one video, and then I sat there like, okay, what now?
So see, the problem was not our brain. The problem was our system, or really that we didn't have one.
True. And I like to think of English like a little plant in a cup. If you give it one big ocean of water, then nothing for weeks, the plant gets confused.
Yeah, your English plant does not need drama. It needs a small drink every day.
Right. And that means you do not need a perfect teacher every day. You need a simple, daily system that you can follow alone, even when you feel busy or tired.
Yeah, so in this episode, we will give you that system. Plan, input, output, and tiny feedback, so you can study alone and still improve rapidly.
We will talk about how to make small goals, how to build a simple routine, what to listen to, what to read, and how to speak even when there's no partner with you.
Right, and you do not have to copy every single idea. You can choose what fits your life and your energy. Take what helps, leave what does not.
Yeah, and while you listen, you will hear a lot of real-life English. If some words run away, let them go. Your brain is clever. It is already building meaning from the story.
True, and near the end, we will slow down and repeat some strong, useful phrases from this episode, so you can steal them and use them in your own practice.
And if you like learning this way, with real conversations and real feelings, please subscribe to the English Leap podcast and tap like on this episode. It really helps more learners find us.
Yeah, and after you listen, tell us in the comments. Do you usually study English alone or with other people?
And share one tiny detail about how you study. Something simple, like I talk to my mirror for 2 minutes, or I read one page before bed. Just one detail, not a whole book.
Yeah, true. That was me for a long time. My study style was, let us say, random and dramatic. One day I studied for 2 hours, then 3 days nothing, then one big guilty night with too much coffee.
Because for you, it is never just 5 new words. There's always a story behind them.
Yeah, so Anna, when you think about your study time now, are you more routine person or still chaos and coffee person?
I'm soft routine now. Not perfect, but I have a simple system that I follow most days, and that really changed everything for me.
And that is what we want for you too. Not a perfect Instagram study plan, just a real system you can actually use alone.
Yeah. All right, let us jump in.
So, before we go deep, let us keep it simple. We're going to talk about your English study in 3 parts.
Yes. Think of it like a little machine. Part 1 is your plan, Part 2 is your input, and Part 3 is your output.
See, your plan is how you decide what to do. Your input is what goes into your brain, like listening and reading. Your output is what comes out of your mouth or your hand, like speaking and writing.
Yeah, and when these 3 parts work together, your English moves forward in a calm, steady way. When one part is missing, you feel confused or stuck.
So we will go slowly, one part at a time, with stories and examples. You do not need to write notes, just listen and imagine your own day while we talk.
Right, so let us start with part 1, the plan, because without a plan, everything else feels heavy and random.
And I know this part sounds boring, but honestly, this is where many learners lose or win the game.
True. When you sit down to study and you think, okay, what should I do now? That heavy feeling comes from no clear plan.
So our first idea is this: make your study time more intentional, not random.
And intentional just means you do it on purpose with a clear reason, not by accident.
Yeah, exactly. Not, oh, this video just appeared, I guess I will watch it. More like, today I will do this one small thing for my English.
And we want that one small thing to be very clear. So we use 2 levels, one weekly goal and one daily micro goal.
Right. For example, your weekly goal could be, by Sunday, I will record a 2-minute audio about my week in English.
And then your daily micro goal supports that. Maybe every day you speak for 1 minute about what happened that day. So at the end of the week, 2 minutes is not scary.
It is like building a Lego house. You do not put all the pieces in one day. You add a few blocks each day.
And that little daily goal is enough to get the ball rolling.
And when you get the ball rolling, you simply start something so it begins to move. After the first small action, it is easier to continue.
Right. So instead of thinking, I must become fluent, you think, today my job is just one clear small thing. That's intentional.
Right. Just one clear small thing. And now we come to the second idea in this plan engine. How do you stay motivated and not give up after one bad week?
Yeah, this part is important because you will not be perfect. Some days you will miss your plan. Some days you will feel tired or sad or busy. That's normal.
Totally normal. The secret is what you do after that. Do you destroy the plan or do you tweak it?
And tweak is just a fancy way to say change a small thing to make it better.
Yeah. For example, on Sunday evening, you can look at your week and ask, where did my plan work? Where did it feel too heavy? What can I tweak?
Yeah, what can I tweak? Maybe you see that night study never works for you. You always feel drained. So next week, you tweak the plan and move your English time to the morning.
Right. And on the other side, you need to ditch some ideas completely.
Yeah, so ditch is like throwing that idea in the trash. You decide, nope, I don't need this anymore.
For example, you can ditch the idea that study only counts if it's 1 full hour. That idea makes you feel guilty and then you do nothing.
True. 5 focused minutes are better than 0 perfect minutes.
See, and this brings us back to something simple. Your English plan should be intentional, sustainable, and flexible enough to tweak, not destroy, when life changes.
Wow, Jake, that makes the plan feel so simple. Think of it like a small boat, not a big stone. It can move a little with the waves, but it still goes forward.
Yeah, and once your plan is like that, we can move to part 2, because now you know what to do with your time. The next question is, what goes into your brain?
Right. So part 2 is all about input. That means what you listen to and what you read.
Yeah, and here, many learners feel overwhelmed. There are so many videos, podcasts, books, channels. It is easy to feel lost.
Overwhelmed is that heavy feeling when there's too much and your brain does not know where to start.
So, we want to calm that feeling. We will make your input simple and gentle.
Right. Let us start with a very small thing. Where is your English stuff in your house?
Yeah, good question. If your notebook and your favorite text are in some box under the bed, guess what? You will not touch them.
That is out of sight, out of mind.
Right, and out of sight, out of mind means if your eyes do not see it, your brain forgets it very fast.
So one easy change is this. Bring English closer. Put your notebook on your desk. Put a short English book on the table where you drink tea.
Yeah, you can even put a small paper with 3 phrases on your mirror, so when you brush your teeth, English is just there.
When English is visible, your brain remembers, oh yeah, we are learning this.
Right, that's the first part of input, gentle immersion. Not a big dramatic change, just English being present in small ways.
Yes. Now let us talk about listening, because for many people, this is the hardest part.
I remember when I tried to listen to a fast talk show in another language. After 2 minutes, my brain just said, nope, and stopped.
Yeah, like your brain just stands up and walks out of the room.
Exactly. It was like, you're on your own, Jake. Bye.
And that's when you feel like you're on a plateau.
Yeah, it's like you're walking and walking, but the ground is flat. You do not feel like you're going higher. That flat feeling is a plateau.
And sometimes when the audio is too hard, your brain doesn't just feel flat, it starts to drift off.
Drift off is when your mind slowly goes away from the audio, maybe even starts to sleep a little.
And we don't want that. So we choose listening that is a little below your maximum level, something you can follow, but with a few new words.
And that's exactly what we tried to do in this podcast. We speak slowly and clearly with some new words, but not so many that your brain wants to run away.
Right. You can relax. Jake does the talking, I do the slowing down. You don't have to catch every word. Just stay with the story, and if you want, you can always listen again later.
And then we use a simple method. Listen to one short line, pause, and repeat it out loud.
Just one line. Pause. Say it with your own voice. You don't need to be perfect. You just copy the rhythm, the music of the sentence.
And when you do that, you are not only listening, you are also training your mouth and your ear at the same time. It's like a tiny feedback loop.
A feedback loop means you do something, you hear it, and you learn from it.
Right. 10 minutes of this is better than 30 minutes of just playing something in the background and drifting off.
Totally. Now for reading, we keep the same idea, small and clear, not heavy.
Yeah. Many learners think, if I want to be serious, I must read a big classic novel.
Right. Then they read one page, feel confused, and never touch the book again.
That is not helpful. For your reading, start with short texts, maybe a small story, a short article, or even a dialogue from a book made for learners.
Yeah, you can use a simple 3-step loop. Step 1, read once for meaning, just to understand what is happening.
Step 2, read again and choose maybe 5 useful phrases that you like.
And step 3, use 2 of those phrases in your own sentence or say them out loud in a little story about your life.
That way, reading feeds your speaking and your writing, not just your eyes.
And remember, this is still part 2, the input engine. We're not trying to do everything at once. We're just making sure that what goes into your brain is simple, clear, and helpful.
Right. Now we move to part 3, which is my favorite part, because this is when English comes out.
Yeah, part 3 is the output engine. This is where you speak and write even when you are alone.
And many learners say, Jake, I have no partner, so I cannot speak. But see, that is not true. There are many ways to speak alone.
Right. The first and easiest way is self-talk, talking to yourself, like you were doing at the start of this episode.
Yeah, so you can steal my style. For example, while you make breakfast, you say, okay, now I am making tea. After this, I will go to work. Today, I want to...
It sounds simple, but this is real practice. Your mouth is moving, your brain is building sentences.
And you can also choose 3 small questions every day. What did I do yesterday? What am I doing today? What will I do tomorrow?
Yeah, if you answered those 3 questions out loud every day, your brain learns how to tell little stories about your life.
See? And then we add one more thing that can be a real game changer for your confidence, the 60-second recording.
1 minute, not 10, not 5, just 60 seconds.
Right. You press record on your phone, you talk about your day or about one topic, then you stop. Later, you listen one time.
And when you listen, your job is not to hate your voice. Your job is to choose just one small thing to tweak. Maybe one word you always say wrong, or one sentence you want to make clearer.
Over time, that 1 minute becomes proof. You hear your progress. The plateau is not as flat as you think.
And you did all of that alone. No teacher in the room, just you, your voice, and your small system.
Right. Now, output is not only speaking, it can also be short writing. For example, 5 lines in a journal.
And you can use your new phrases there. Instead of only learning words, you use full sentence shells like, to be honest, or the main reason is.
That way your vocabulary also becomes more intentional. You are not collecting random words, you are collecting tools that you actually use.
And now we come back to the big picture, all 3 parts together. Plan, input, output.
Right. When your plan is intentional and sustainable, your input is gentle, and your output is small but regular, you do not need magic. You just need time.
And this is where I love that old sentence, Rome was not built in a day.
True. That idiom is just a reminder that big things take time. You cannot build a city or your English in one weekend.
But you can start today. You can get the ball rolling with one tiny action, and you can keep going tomorrow.
Right. And if your notebook stays on your desk and your phrases stay on your mirror, English will not be out of sight, out of mind. It stays close to you.
Yeah, even on busy days, you can squeeze in a few minutes.
And if one night you are so tired that you drift off during listening, that's okay too. You can sleep, then come back again next day.
Right. The important thing is not to be perfect. The important thing is to come back again and again.
Yeah. Plan, input, output, tiny feedback. That's your system.
And now we will slow down and look at some of the strong words and phrases we used today so you can really keep them in your mind.
Right. Let's do a calm word tour. We will go slowly. You can just listen first and then repeat if you want. Let us start with a plan word. Intentional.
When something is intentional, you do it on purpose with a clear reason. It is not random.
For example, my study time is intentional now. I choose one small goal before I start.
Or, she was very intentional with her listening. She chose the same podcast every day for 1 week.
You can repeat, intentional.
Now a word about your routine. Sustainable.
When a habit is sustainable, you can continue it for a long time. It does not kill your energy.
For example, 10 minutes a day is a sustainable study routine for me.
Or 3 hours every night was not sustainable, so he changed his plan.
Repeat, sustainable.
Next, a feeling in your progress, plateau.
A plateau is like a flat place on a mountain. You are not going down, but you do not feel you're going up. Your progress feels flat.
For example, after 1 year, she felt her English was on a plateau. She did not feel better or worse.
Or if you only watch hard videos, you might feel stuck on a plateau.
You can repeat plateau.
Now a small action word. Tweak.
When you tweak something, you change it a little to make it better. Not a big change, just a small adjustment.
For example, every Sunday I tweak my study plan. I change one small thing.
Or he tweaked his routine and moved his English time to the morning.
You can repeat tweak.
Next, word is a bit fun. Ditch.
When you ditch something, you throw it away from your life. You decide, I do not need this anymore.
For example, she ditched the idea that study must be 1 hour to be real.
Or he ditched his old heavy textbook and started with short, simple stories.
You can repeat ditch.
Now, an expression we love. Rome was not built in a day.
This idiom is a reminder that big things take time. You cannot build a whole city in 1 day, and you cannot build fluency in 1 week.
For example, when I feel impatient, I tell myself, Rome was not built in a day. My English needs time.
Or, when his friend felt sad about slow progress, he said, "Hey, Rome was not built in a day. Keep going." You can repeat, Rome was not built in a day. Next expression, get the ball rolling.
When you get the ball rolling, you start something so it begins to move. After that, it is easier to continue.
For example, a 5-minute listening session is enough to get the ball rolling.
Or, he wrote just one sentence to get the ball rolling, then more ideas came. Slowly, repeat, get the ball rolling. Now another expression, out of sight, out of mind.
Out of sight, out of mind means if you do not see something, you forget it very fast.
For example, her English notebook was in a drawer. Out of sight, out of mind. She never used it.
Or, he kept his book on the table so it was not out of sight, out of mind anymore. Slowly, you can repeat out of sight, out of mind.
Next, a phrasal verb, squeeze in.
When you squeeze in something, your day is full, but you still find a tiny space for that thing.
For example, she squeezed in 10 minutes of English while she made breakfast.
Or, he squeezed in a short speaking practice on his walk to the bus.
Slowly, repeat, squeeze in. Our last word in this tour is drift off.
When you drift off, your mind slowly goes away. You stop listening, or you slowly start to sleep.
For example, the audio was too hard, so she drifted off after 2 minutes.
Or, when he studied late at night, he often drifted off with the book in his hand. Slowly, you can repeat drift off. That was our calm word tour. 10 words and expressions that can help you talk about your study in a stronger way.
Yeah, you do not need to remember all of them today. You can choose 2 or 3 that you like and use them this week in your own sentences.
Right, and now we will close this episode with a small reminder and a simple challenge.
Yes, so first, the reminder, your English is not a big mystery. It is a simple system.
Yeah, plan, input, output, and tiny feedback.
Right. You make your study time intentional. You choose a sustainable routine. You listen and read in small, clear bites. You speak and write a little, then you tweak.
And remember, if you feel like you are on a plateau, it does not mean you are broken. It just means it's time to make a small change, not to quit.
You can tweak your plan, you can ditch one heavy idea, you can squeeze in 5 minutes on a busy day.
Yeah, and always keep this in your pocket. Rome was not built in a day. Your English will grow bit by bit as long as you keep coming back.
So now here's our simple challenge for you.
Right, we call it the 7-day solo boost.
For 7 days, you'll record yourself for 60 seconds each day, just 1 minute.
Yeah, you can use 3 small questions to help you. What did I do yesterday? What am I doing today? What will I do tomorrow?
You press record, you answer in simple English, you stop. No pressure to be perfect, no long speech, just 1 real minute.
Right, then you listen 1 time. You choose 1 small thing to improve, maybe 1 word, maybe 1 sentence. That is your tiny feedback.
And on day 7, you listen to day 1 again. Just notice. Don't judge. Just see how your voice, your flow, your confidence feel a little different.
Yeah, it might be a small change, but it's real, and you did it alone. You showed up for yourself.
If you try this, tell us in the comments. You can write, I finished the 7-day solo boost, or tell us one thing you noticed about your voice.
And if this episode helped you, please like it, subscribe to the English Leap podcast, and share it with one friend who is also studying alone.
When you put on your headphones, think of us as your study friends, sitting beside you and cheering quietly.
Yeah, we believe in your small steps. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to keep going.
Right. This is Anna.
And this is Jake.
And you have been listening to the English Leap podcast. Bye!
Your progress doesn't end here. To continue advancing your English skills, click on the next video or explore the additional videos we've thoughtfully selected for you.